Welcome to solverfy.
So here we have the general equation, x equals a sine of omega t, and specifically this equals 0.25 times sine of 5.50 t. So essentially here for part A, when they want us to find the amplitude, we simply relate this equation to this equation. So the amplitude is going to be 0.25 meters. And this would also be classified as the maximum x position. For part B, we want the frequency. So the angular velocity is equal to 2 pi times the frequency. Therefore, the frequency is simply going to be 5.50 divided by 2 pi, and the frequency is going to be 0.875 hertz. For part C, they want the period. This is simply the reciprocal of the frequency, or 1 over 0.875, and this is giving us 1.14 seconds. At part D, they want us to find the total amount of energy associated with the system. So E total would be equal to 1/2 mv max squared, and this is equaling 1/2 times m times omega a squared. And we can solve. So the total amount of energy would be equal to 1/2 times the mass of 0.65 kilograms times the angular velocity of 5.50 times the amplitude of 0.25. This is going to be squared, and the total amount of energy is going to be equal to 0.615 joules. Now for part E, they want us to find if x equals 0.15 meters, what's the how much potential energy is there and how much kinetic energy is there. So we can say that the potential energy would be equal to 1/2 kx squared, and this is equaling 1/2 times mass times omega squared x squared. So this will be equaling 1/2 times mass, so 0.65 kilograms, times omega squared, so 5.5 radians per second squared, and then this will be divided by x squared of 0.15 meters, rather 0.25 meters. Squared. Yeah, squared, okay. And at that point, we can evaluate. So the potential energy will be 0.221 joules, and the kinetic energy would simply be equal to the total amount of energy, 0.6145 joules, minus the potential energy of 0.2212 joules, and we find that the kinetic energy is going to be 0.3933 joules. So the kinetic energy is equaling 0.393 joules. So this would be one answer for part E and the second answer for part E. That is the end of the solution. Thank you for watching.